Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with the final update to the winning open wheel racer. And while this is the final video, you can see it's not quite finished, but I didn't want to belabor these anymore, so I'm just going to put a pin in it for right now and just kind of show you where the progress is at this point. I got the rest of the main markings on, and as with the side panels, the top stripe on the Indy decals does not disappoint. I did add a custom Crawford decal to the nose, so that matches the movie car. The rest of this you pretty much saw last week. Sides all look great, stripes all line up as they should, the bottom edges and the points all line up. All of the decals from Indy decals look great. I do still need to add the contingency sponsors up here along the sides of the cockpit. I need to make some Crawfords for the sides that properly fit, the rest of the contingencies around back. So still a fair bit of decal work to do, but at this point only decal work. I did make some new coilovers for all four corners. These are scratch built with wire wrapped around rod and look a lot better than the cast chrome pieces. Also thinned down the suspension components a little bit so they look a little more realistic up here on the front tops. Got the fuel caps in place. Do need to do a little paint touch up to the vents ahead of them. The cockpit is all finished other than some gauge decals, so again, more decal work. Scratch built roll bar, and that's got the brace on it now, and all of that's made out of stainless steel, so no extra painting required. Got the intake and exhaust all wrapped up now. Did a little bit more weathering to the exhaust, and did the bands and connectors on that. Got the tailpipe on it. The inside of that one painted black. And for the intake side, I didn't like the way that looked, so I made a new intake out of aluminum, and I think that looks pretty good. The curve is pretty close to the resin part, not exact but pretty close, but the opening really makes a big difference. I also added some scratch built sway bar links. Those are out of some craft beads and aluminum wire. Another look at the coil over there. I did get the oil filter decal on, and I painted the inside of that rear cowling, so that's silver now. And overall, it's really close. But like I said, I gotta do the rest of the decal work on the body, and I gotta do the decals on the tires. I originally was planning on painting them. I thought I would be able to paint the Goodyears and the blue stripes, but I gave it a couple of shots and it just was not working. Fronts and rears both, so I'm going to have to switch and get some decals for those. I've got those coming in the mail. And as long as things were kind of delayed on this, I decided to pick up one more goodie for it. And so I got the vacuum form replacement windshield from Classic Racing Resins. I'm just going to keep it in the bag to keep it safe for now, but as soon as I get the list of the decals on it, I'll be able to trim this and get that installed. And that is likely going to be the last thing. So, like I said, got a few little minor paint things to do, got a whole bunch of decals to do, waiting on a couple of things in the mail, waiting on a couple of things that I need to make. But at this point, I'm going to wrap up the video series, kind of like I did with the Back to the Future DeLorean. I'll go ahead and post the finished slideshow once I've got everything done on it, but for right now my goal is to just make sure that it's done for NNL and still have about a month left on that. So I will keep you updated with that when I do finally have it finished, but for right now I'm sticking a pin in it, and I'm going to be moving on to a new project next week, so you can check back then, and thanks for watching.